Time for a check on the forecast with Adam Claiborne. So despite the darker days, at least we get some more sleep, right?
Oh, we do get more sleep. At least it's easier, right? You don't have to deal with the sun coming into your homes. But it does mean, too, that it gives less time for the earth around here to warm up throughout the daytime hours, or at least here across the northern hemisphere now as we head into these next few months. Bellingham, skies cloudy. We had a few snowflakes flying in the sky here, and this is going to be one of the prime spots if we are going to see lowland snow. It'll be here, not a lot, maybe a few snowflakes, maybe back up to a dusting with a heavier snow shower coming through, but that will be just about it. And one main reason, we have these winds coming out of the Fraser River Valley, which is helping to supply us with cool northerly winds that are oftentimes drier. So the moisture that comes in, it interacts with that, and then it helps the air mass to cool down at the same time. It keeps things a little cooler up there. Now, the farther south you go, we are still chilly down this way too. Lighter winds though, and mainly those are coming in from the south. We'll keep our temperatures around more the low 40s here into the afternoon. Right now we're sitting at 43 in Seattle. May have seen a few sun breaks here recently. Those will be more common tomorrow, but a few possible here into the rest of today, along with a few showers. Northeast winds at 6 miles per hour. Sitting in the low 40s for a temperature in Oak Harbor, 38 in Port Angeles, 40 in Forks. Again, the farther north you go, that's where you're going to see more of the 30s and that better opportunity for maybe noticing some of that snow here flying for parts of the lowlands. Maybe a few snowflakes down this way around Puget Sound mixing in from time to time, but unlikely, and especially not expecting it to be really impactful when it comes to travel. Now, our wind chills with the colder air farther north and some of those stronger winds have kept some of those numbers in the 20s. So you definitely want to bundle up before you head out the door there in Whatcom County and parts of Skagit County as well. And here across the San Juans and heading on through parts of Clallam County, those wind chills throughout a good part of the day are going to stay right at or maybe even below that freezing point. Southward, yes, we're still dealing with some pretty chilly air too. It's just warm enough that we're keeping everything in the form of liquid up that or down that way. Farther north, here we go. As we zoom into the area, you can see some of that snow kind of here and there across parts of Whatcom County and the San Juan Islands. Generally, however, yes, still in the form of rain, so no big widespread impacts to any of this snow, and it's really light moisture too, so anything that does fall, not expected to really pile up all that much. One spot though we're going to keep an eye on here, north coast to the Olympic Peninsula. Some of those winds coming out of the Fraser River Valley could impact some of those regions right there, come right up against the north foothills of the Olympic Mountains, and maybe put down a little more snow down that way. So expecting that to be, again, a spot that we keep an eye on, but definitely no huge impacts. Then rain as you go farther south. Heavier at times, but generally pretty light, and it's a chilly rain. Now the winds, we could see those gust up to about 50 miles per hour out here along the north coast, or either across the San Juan Islands or here across western Whatcom County. That advisory in effect until 10 a.m. and generally winds are going to be around 20 to 35 miles per hour, but it's with those winds that we have the support for some of the cool air up into those parts. So as we go throughout the day, you can see the prime spots that we are going to see the better opportunity will be up this way and across parts of the North Olympic Peninsula. Southward, rain starting to come to an end as we go late into the night. This is just after midnight, and then by tomorrow morning, guess that what? We're starting to see skies clear on out, and this is going to start a stretch of some drier weather here as we go throughout the next few days, but also some pretty chilly weather too. Keep an eye out farther north for the small possibility of a few snowflakes mixing in, and maybe the north coast possibly getting in some of those accumulations, but pretty light. Temperatures today, farther north, upper 30s, low 40s. Farther south, we'll see more of the mid 40s here in Bellevue. At about 46 in Renton. South Sound calling for highs right around the mid 40s in Puyallup and in Federal Way. Here's that stretch of long, dry weather we're talking about, other than maybe a raindrop or two early tomorrow morning. Generally drying and beginning to clear out. Highs in the low 40s, lows below freezing at some point. A few 40s too, or a few 20s possibly too as we go into the next few mornings. Then seeing those numbers, but just barely starting to climb back into the mid 40s by the weekend.